What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Club and Country. This is episode number 26, and we start today's episode with some player training here, and also our first game of today's episode where we'll face PSG, our rivals, away at the Partners France in the Coupe Nationale, round of 16. Now, of course, we got to this stage by beating our second rivals, if you will, Red Star, in the previous rounds, and now taking on our, main rivals, really, in the series, PSG. Even though Red Star are listed as Paris FC's main rivals, of course, we're going to be considering PSG as our main rivals. Taking on PSG here for our third meeting between the two sides. We lost the first two, both away at the Partners France. The first one in the league and then the second one in the Coupe de League, that heartbreaking defeat where we conceded a stoppage time goal which gave PSG the winner in that game. Now taking them on for the third time, and we get off to a terrible start as well, because just 4.5 minutes in, the little Italian Marco Verratti getting the goal for PSG opens the scoring here, and Fabio Miguel making his debut is beaten already inside 5 minutes into his pro debut. So not a good start for Miguel or Paris FC. Already one goal down in this game, and PSG unsurprisingly did start brighter. Traore tested Miguel here, who made his first save, and what a save it was as well in professional football. Really good stop there, and it was still 1-0. And in the 34th minute, another good chance for PSG. Another corner comes in, and again, Miguel is called into action there. David Luiz wins the header, but he prevents the Brazilian defender from scoring with a really good save, and it is still 1-0. So a really bright start from PSG. You saw the team I picked for the game as well. It was a weak side, 11 changes being made to it, because obviously, PSG may be our rivals, and we'd love to beat them for the first time, but even so, it's the Coupe Nationale, and it could be considered quite an important tournament. Last season we reached the semi-finals before Stade Rennais knocked us out, but because of how well we've been playing in the league this season, I do not want to sacrifice any good form in that competition. That's way more important to me, and therefore the Coupe Nationale will be regarded as a secondary competition. Still taking on PSG, being a goal down in this game, not feeling too confident, but on the stroke of half-time we would actually equalise through Grain, so our backup side, 11 changes being made to it, would grab an equalising goal right on the stroke of half-time and send us into the break level with Paris Saint-Germain. Really nice build at this one too. The skipper for the day plays a 1-2 with Bongongue, then plays a great through ball to split David Luiz, pick out Grange, and Grange slides in the centre, beats Kevin Trapp to the ball, puts it past the German and into the back of his net to make it PSG 1, Paris FC 1. So much to my surprise, we went into the break on level terms, tying the game for round number 29. So 1-1 at the break, but in the second half here, just 4 minutes after the restart, PSG had a great chance to put themselves back in front in this game and retake the lead, and they will do so as well. Lucas gets the goal, and I know what you're going to be thinking. Why on earth did you allow him to just run through and take a shot there after he turned back Yoko? Because Puyol was covering. Why didn't you shut him down? Well, it's because there was a man in the centre, and I felt for sure, I was so confident that the number 7 was going to play it to his teammate, but instead the Brazilian just runs forward, smashes the ball goal bound, and Miguel can't keep it out. So I was almost certain he was going to play the ball across the face of the goal there and give his teammate the goal and him get the assist. That's why I kept on jockeying him, just in case I could try and cut out the pass. Instead, he just runs through and shoots, and unfortunately scores. Really poor defending from me, and a very bad decision. But the goal that put PSG in front would only last for a few minutes, because in the 54th minute, we would equalise for the second time in the game. Nicolas gets the goal here. Gamiet comes forward to shoot and gets tackled, but it comes back to Nicolas, takes it round his man and goes for goal. And Kevin Trapp, I think, should be doing better there, but he doesn't. Gets beat at his near post, and our number 12 puts us back on level terms for the second time, and much to the surprise of everyone, myself included, we are back on level terms here. So twice in this game we'd battled back to tie the game, and it was PSG 2, Paris FC 2. Just past the hour mark here, Suarez had a great chance to retake the lead for PSG for the third time, but the Uruguayan's header goes wide, the post and behind for a goal kick. And in the 64th minute here, we had a good chance to take the lead for the first time in the game for us. Nicolas gets on the ball and plays a 1-2 with Vincent Perez, who plays it inside towards Grange here. He bears down on goal, but what a bad miss from the number 29. The goal was gaping, all he had to do was hit the target, and he probably would have scored, but sadly he puts it wide at the post. Can't add to his goal tally, and it's still 2-2. But in this game, as it was coming to its close, we were growing in confidence and going for the winning goal. Nicolas went pretty close here for his second goal of the game, put the shot just wide at the post on behind for a goal kick, and it was how the game would finish at the Partners France. Final score, PSG 2, Paris FC 2, and the game would go into extra time. So what an action-packed game at the Partners France. And as you can see with the stats here, I felt we were playing just as good as PSG in this game. So going into extra time, I didn't sit there and think, well, just like the previous two games against PSG, we'll sit back, try and retain possession and see if we can suck them out. Instead, I thought, you know what, I'm going to do something different now and actually go for a winning goal. And in the 96th minute here, it's Bongongue gets played forward. What a decision that proved to be. So after a fantastic through ball, David Luiz was having a nightmare of a game at the back, not defending very well, tries to intercept it with a slide tackle, if you will, misses the ball, it falls to Bongongue, Gongui, who runs through one-on-one and rifles it past Kevin Trapp, the German, into the back of the net, who has to pick the ball out of the net for the third time in the game, as Bongongui, the Beard, makes it 3-2 to Paris FC, and we take the lead for the first time in the game. So PSG 2, Paris FC 3. Did not see this one coming, but I thought in extra time period, I thought we may as well go for the winner. The last two games against PSG, we lost them both. It was my fault for the tactics by sitting deep and just passing the ball around, really trying to retain possession and stop PSG from getting many attacks. Instead, I thought in this game, we're really going to go for it, especially in extra time, and it was looking like that would prove to be the winning reason, if you will, due to the good tactical decision. But still, PSG 2, Paris SC 3. They continue to attack, though. PSG, they weren't going to give up. They didn't want to be embarrassed, but Fabio Miguel's having a fantastic game for us, despite conceding 2 goals, making save after save after save. Another great one there to deny Zlatan Ibrahimovic as he gets this Swedish striker's header behind for a corner, and from that resulting corner cross to the centre, the Sergio Aurier's header goes over the bar and behind for a goal kick. But as the Paris FC fans celebrate, as the Paris FC fans sing, we were waiting for the final whistle, and eventually it will come. Final score away at the Parc des Princes, PSG 2, Paris FC 3. And so for the first time in this series, remember the episode number 26, Paris FC have beaten their rivals PSG, and I did not think it was going to come in this game. We rested our entire team against PSG. They had a really strong one out there. Thierry Ambrose did not get off the bench in this game, but we still managed to come through and get ourselves the win, and we are in to the Cup quarter-final. So absolutely delighted about that. Of course, as I mentioned, during the game, the Cup is not that important to me. What's way more important is the league, as we have another league game here against Lille at home. But to beat our rivals PSG for the first time this season, it's like, this series I should say as well, it's like, it's still important to me. The Cup may not be as important as the league, no one's going to deny that, but to beat PSG, when that game finished, I was thinking to myself, first of all, what a game, without doubt game of the series, 5 goals in it, beating them by 3 goals to 2, having to come from behind twice to tie the game, really, really good show of not going up, not giving up persistence, but either way, a fantastic game all round, really, really fun to play in, but I'm so pleased to know that after 3 attempts, we have finally beaten our rivals, PSG. I say finally, like it's been a long time. 3 attempts isn't that long, but either way, so glad to do it. And we do claim our first ever victory against our rivals, Paris Saint-Germain. But still taking on Lille, 42nd game of today's episode here, back in the league. Of course, in the league right now, doing everything we can to stay in the top 3 positions. Obviously, as the top 3 positions qualify for a Champions League place come the end of the season. But taking on Lille in this game. In the last game, we scored 3 goals, and that was with a backup side. But in this game, it was looking like we wouldn't score any at all, because we were getting chances in this game, but I just wasn't taking them. That was a really good one for Dembele there, but I completely blazed the opportunity and put it over the bar and behind for a goal kick. 4 minutes after the restart, though, another good chance for us to take the lead, and we would do so as well. Dembele, who missed a great chance in the first half, does open the scoring here to make it Paris FC 1, Lille 0. Brilliant crossing from Sissako. He's had a quietly good season for us on the right flank. Crosses the ball into the centre, picks up another assist, and that's Dembele heading the ball past the goalkeeper Enyema and into the back of the net for his 4th goal in the league this season, 5 minutes after the restart. So I'll be honest, he's been a little bit of a letdown. I'm not going to lie, 4 goals isn't terrible, I know. At least he has scored a few goals this season, but I was expecting a little bit more for a striker that cost us £1.5 million. But still, Paris FC 1, Lille 0 in this game. Dembele with the goal. Then in the 61st minute, though, Lille almost equalised for a freak cross, which almost found the back of the net. Thankfully, it hit the woodwork, though, and eventually we went behind for a goal kick. So still Paris FC 1, Lille 0. Then in the 66th minute, though, another good chance for Lille here. Buffal on the ball, plays it inside towards his teammate. Eventually comes to Yassine Benzia, and sadly for us, Lille would equalise with 23 minutes to go. It was pretty poor defending, in all honesty. I'm not going to lie. I don't really know where my players were supposed to be positioned, but either way, that is the danger of playing free at the back. When you're exposed in the wide areas, you're tempted to drag the centre-backs out of position, and if there's a man in the centre, he's going to be free, and that's exactly what happens there. Benji has a simple finish, puts it past Barmy, and does equalise for Lille, and as you can see, that was how the game would finish as well. So final score, Paris FC 1, Lille 1. Disappointed to drop points in the league once again, but either way, it may not be too important, the cup for us, but I'm so pleased that we did get our first win against PSG in today's episode, and what a game it was. Game of the season, without doubt. But either way, so in the episode, you'll see some player training, and also look at the league table as well. Can we finish in the top 3? I'm still not sure about title winners, but can we finish in the top 3? It is definitely possible. Champions League football next season at Paris SC would be fantastic, and I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. That does end the episode though, guys, so thank you very much for watching the video. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you enjoyed today's episode of Club and Country, then please leave likes. That is of course much appreciated. It really does help my channel out, and I'll see you for the next episode of Club and Country very soon.